Hello, I'm Danny Wedding, and I'm the co-editor with Dr. Margaret Stuber of the medical school textbook titled Behavior in Medicine. The sixth edition has just been published, and Hogrefa has asked us to answer a few questions about the book. I'm delighted to do so. All patients behave, and understanding the rudiments of behavioral science will help physicians better understand and treat issues such as noncompliance, doctor shopping, functional pain, psychosomatic complaints, addiction, and the treatment of difficult patients. Primary care physicians often report that the vast majority of patients they treat present with behavioral problems, and we believe that understanding a little bit about psychology and behavioral science will make physicians more empathic and less judgmental. Behavior in medicine has been used by tens of thousands of medical students, and it's unique in its use of art, literature, poetry, and quotations to illustrate and underscore key behavioral science principles. I have a master's degree in English literature, and I drew heavily on my love of literature in preparing many of the literary vignettes that are sprinkled throughout the book. Both Margie and I have decades of experience teaching medical students and psychiatry residents and helping medical students prepare for the USMLE STEP exams. In addition, I'm a clinical psychologist and Dr. Stuber is a psychiatrist, and we both have extensive clinical experience. We use this experience to shape our selection of chapters and content for behavior in medicine. On top of that, we've drawn heavily and have been guided by a consensus report from the National Academy of Medicine titled Improving Medical Education, Enhancing the Behavioral and Social Science Content of Medical School Curricula. Behavior in medicine has sample questions that students can use to assess their own readiness for the STEP exam. These are included in an appendix to the book. In addition, every chapter has a section titled Tips for the STEP that contains recommendations about the topics most likely to be tested on the USMLE STEP exams. In preparing the practice USMLE exam questions, we reviewed dozens of test preparation books and drew on our own experience and the reports of our students after they had taken the steps. One of the most gratifying results of editing behavior in medicine has been reports from students that they performed very well on the behavioral science section of the STEP exam, and this performance that they attributed to reading our book and taking our classes. The new edition of Behavior in Medicine builds on lessons learned from dozens of professors and hundreds of students who have used one of the last 5 editions and provided feedback about the ways it helped them prepare to take the STEP exam. We've updated every chapter in the book, and several of the chapters have been totally reworked by new authors. There's also a new appendix in the book titled How Doctors Die, and most students find this essay provocative and engaging. The first edition of Behavior in Medicine appeared in 1990 with a foreword by Senator Tom Daschle, and I was working for Senator Daschle in the U.S. Senate as a Robert Wood Johnson Health Policy Fellow at the time. The book has been well received. One reviewer referred to it as a venerable text. Working with Dr. Stuber has been an absolute joy. She's a wonderful collaborator, and we've had a marvelous time working together to put together the most recent edition of our book. We are eager to get your feedback. Both Margie and I have our emails listed in the preface to the book, and we would welcome your feedback and your comments. If you're a professor teaching from the book, we hope you have as much fun teaching your classes as we've had teaching ours. If you're a student preparing for a career in medicine, we hope you find your careers as rewarding as we found ours. Regardless, good luck, best wishes, and thanks for reading Behavior and Medicine.